Welcome to Thursday live chat. Hello, hope you're all well. It's nice to be back. Even though I did love being in Paris last week and having a week off, it is still nice to be back and see you all. So hey, who's going to be joining me tonight? Let's see. Now I will pull us a card for us starting, and tonight is going to be a good one. Oh, that was a good one, but it kind of stuck, so we'll see. Right, let's see who's joining tonight and what's been happening since I left. Oh, right. So I think it's that one, seeing as though that come out. So give everyone a second and then we will get properly started. Hi, someone's joined. Pop a comment in. Nice to see you. Let me see, can I see comments yet? Not yet. So tonight's card, we have got release control. So let's see what this one's saying. Right, time to free yourself up and start just looking at what it is you want. You've been thinking of trying to put all the blocks together, trying to build all the steps, trying to do everything yourself. And when we do that, we're in our wounded masculine energy phase. We talk about the masculine energy as if it's something bad, and it's not. Masculine gives us the structure to allow us to be in our flow. But when we're wounded in our masculine energy, what that causes is us trying to think that we have to do everything ourselves. And as women, we take everything on, won't allow help, won't ask for help, won't allow it in, and that blocks us receiving. And if you can see, this card is full of green, it's full of abundance, it's full of energy for abundance and planting them seeds. But it's saying, stop trying to do everything yourself. Stop trying to do too much. Stop not asking for help, and stop thinking you can fight through everything on your own. Sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need somebody else's perspective. Sometimes you need another way of looking at things. So release control, set your sights on where you want to go and let that flow in. Do not try and control the situation. That's what this card is saying to us today. So I pulled it from the Yasmin Boland's Moonology Manifesting deck, because we have just had a new moon at the weekend, so I thought that was very fitting. So this one is such a perfect one for today, really. So hi Oswald, hope you can take that card as well and start to let go of things, let that flow in, let that energy in, and ask for help, ask for guidance, open up to looking at new ways of doing things. That's the key to this too. So I'll just have a little drink and then we'll get started. So, loads of exciting stuff happening. The podcast this week was on the topic about, are you holding yourself back when it comes to your abundance? Because when it comes to abundance, if I asked you, do you like money? What would you say? Now think about this question. Do you like money? When I say that to you, what does that make you feel? Does it make you cringe? Does it make you feel, oh, I don't know? Put in the chat what comments are coming up for you when I say, do you like money? And hi, someone else has just joined. Pop a comment in. Let me know you're here. So have a think. Do you physically like money? Is that something that you feel like, yes, I love money? Or do you feel like, ooh, that's a bit weird? I don't know whether I like that question. It makes me feel a little bit odd. So have a think about what it is that you think when I say that question to you. Do you like money? And I'll just see if the comments are refreshing. So let me see. Not yet. So please pop in the chat what comes up for you. Because this podcast episode was prompted by the fact that I work with loads of people on manifesting. I work with people on bringing in abundance. I work with entrepreneurs. And the thing is, when it comes down to it, we're all trying to get more money. In this world we live in, money is our currency. That is what we use. That is what buys us certain things, gives us options, allows us to have more free time. All of that stuff comes from having money, whether we like it or not. It's part of our society, and unless we go and live somewhere totally off grid and cut off from everything, then it is the reality that we decide to live with, and it's part of our choice, it's part of our living. And the thing is, half the time people are wanting to attract more money. They want to say, yes, I want loads of money, I would love them 10k months, I would love to have the options to leave my job, I would love to retire, all that stuff. I'd love to travel the world. But I don't like money. I find it vulgar, people talking about money. I wouldn't want to ask anyone about money. I'll talk about the subject, and it becomes like this horrible little secret that we're not meant to speak about. And I'll just check the comments. So money makes me uneasy, mostly due to how much importance is placed on it. Yeah. And that's the thing. So that's a massive resistance block. When it comes down to money makes us feel uncomfortable. That is a resistance. That's a negative emotion that is bringing up resistance between you and money, because money is energy. Like anything else, it is all energy. We are energy. It's just part of it. And it's part of who we are and part of the energy we're about. It's not something different to that, but our focus on it and our thought pattern to it is what creates the energy that we give money. So whether we're feeling in control of it or whether we're feeling controlled by it, there's a difference in that energy. And often we're actually putting out to the universe that we don't like it. We don't like money. We don't like people with money. We think, who do they think they are? Can't believe they're charging that money. I can't believe they're charging for their services. This should be free. How much has fuel gone up? How much is this? And it's so negatively spoken about everywhere that it becomes something that we really, really want, but we really, really don't like it. And then if we did have it, we would think, well, people would think I'd changed. People would think, who is she driving that car? Who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? All of that stuff starts to come up in your mind when you think of money. And what we're doing there is the relationship with money. So the relationship between you and money is an energetic relationship, just like you would have with a best friend, just like you would have with someone else, another person. And that energy and that communication is what helps to bring it in. So if you're actually saying, well, I really would like you to spend time with me, but actually I don't like you very much, I don't want to talk to you, and can we just put you in this little back room because I don't want anybody else to see you? How would that person feel? How would that partner, friend, whatever it is, how would somebody feel if that was how you were speaking about them? So it's a really big aha when you start to go, if money was a person, how am I physically treating it? And hi, Christina. So really think about this question. And when it comes up, when I mention money, I know some people in this group will be thinking, stop talking about money. I don't like talking about it. And the thing is, it gives you choices, it gives you freedom. And this is because when you shift your focus on it, when you shift your energy on it, when you shift your relationship on it, you start to see all the amazing things it does. You start to see all the amazing things it brings to your life, but also to other people's lives, and how it takes all that stress and pressure off people so that their energy actually uplifts. So where we're thinking it's something that's not nice, there's too much importance on it, all of this stuff, actually think about what you're like because you don't have money. Think about what your energy's like and where your focus goes and how much attention you spend each day or each week thinking about money and the impact it has on your life. It's draining. When you're in that place where you are physically thinking about lack of money, it is draining, and it stops you focusing and putting your good attention on all the other amazing stuff. And the thing is, it just takes a tweak to our relationship with it. And this is where we start to release this control and let the abundance flow in. and bring in that good relationship, because control is a negative masculine relationship. And that is what we tend to have with money. And it's because we have this wounded masculine inside of us, which is what we're taught in society, which is all about this, you know, you have to do everything yourself. It has to be you driving things through. It has to be you pushing everything. It has to be you taking charge of everything. Everything is on your shoulders. Everything is a burden to you. That is a wounded masculine energy, and that is because you've not been taught the right masculine energy. And masculine energy is about loving and supporting you to be free. It isn't about controlling you in any way. It's about putting firm structures in place so that you are supported to be your best self. So in essence, money is a masculine energy that's there to support you to be free. It's not there to help hinder you in any way. What it's there to do when it's in that loving environment, when it's in that right relationship, it's there to help support you and put structures in place so that you can be the freest, happiest version of yourself. And this is where we've been misguided. This is where we've been thinking the wrong things. So who can relate to that? And pop it in. If you're watching the replay, please let me know. Let me see if comments are coming through. Give it a second. I will have a quick drink. I'm on the Bailey's coffee here tonight. So it is a late one here in the UK. We're on 8:30 now. So it's time for a Bailey's coffee in my mind. So enjoy it with my little sheep. So yeah, pop it in. Let me know what that made you feel like and whether that was a bit of a shift or an aha for you. Christina says she can relate to that. Oswald, you'll have to let me know. And hi, there's other people watching, so pop a comment in, let me know who's here. So the big thing is starting to change that relationship. Once you're aware of how you might have been treating money, how you might have been thinking about it, how you're thinking of it as something separate other than energy, like it's this negative thing. What you can start to do is become aware of it, become aware of your language, become aware of your feelings when this happens, so that you can start to turn it round, so that you can start to say, you know, money loves me and I love money, or whatever affirmation works for you. So money provides me good things in my life. Money helps me support people, my loved ones, people I care for, charities I'm passionate about. What is it that it allows you to do? Think of all the good things you could do with money, because it's an absolute extension of the person who has it. It isn't anything other than that. So if you are a really good soul aligned person, you are going to be a really good soul aligned person with money, but just more money to be able to help more people. So think about how you can start to change this dynamic, how you can start to be happy when you get any amount of money. A penny is still money. You know, how excited do we get when we do the Manifest a Penny challenge? When we find that penny, we are the most excited person in the world. So why are we so excited when we find that penny in a Manifest a Penny challenge to when we find a penny any other time? And that's something, it comes down to perspective, it comes down to gratitude. You think there's something more special about the penny that you manifest than the penny that you manifest every other day. Every single penny that you get in your bank account is manifested. Every single gift that someone gives you is manifested. That is somebody giving you money. So start to get excited about every single piece of money that comes in. Start to feed gratitude to it. Every time you pay a bill, start to say thank you for paying that bill. Start to look at what your bills have given you. Start to look at what money is giving you now. So when was the last time you went on holiday? When was the last time you went to do something fun? When was the last time you got to spend some money on someone else? All of these amazing things that you've been able to do because of money. So money is not all bad. It's not there to be hated. It's not there to be pushed away. It's not there to build this resistance against. It's here to embrace. But embrace it for the sake of living your best life. We think that we can't have so many things, and actually it comes down to us letting ourselves have it. It takes a change of perspective, because all of our lives that we want to live, the ones that we think are outside of us, they're all there. They're all waiting. They were just waiting for our energy to change, waiting for our perspective to change, waiting for our frequency to change. And that is exactly why I'm doing the business boot camp, and I'll go into that. But I just want to explain this a little bit. So those dream lives that we have, that we think, I'll have that one day, or this will be my future, this will be one day in the future, that'll happen. Because we're doing that, we're putting it as separate to us. But actually, it's already there. If you think of the consciousness that's around us, there's so many frequencies and so many versions of what could happen already pre-programmed, already out there. Just like a video game, if you think of an Xbox or a PlayStation, every kid could pick a different button on that console. There's so many different buttons people could pick and combinations of buttons. But suddenly the game doesn't go, oh my God, I didn't think of that. Let's pause you for 5 minutes. Let's reprogram this and start again. Every time that kid presses a button, something new happens because it's all pre-programmed. Just like those big desires that you have in your mind, that you can see, that you can visualize, that you think is a future self one day, that is there ready for you to step into. What we need to do is quantum leap our energy into it. We need to shift our frequency, our beliefs, our thought patterns, our emotions into that energy of that life that's already there, already created. So time is an absolute illusion when it comes to this. But we can do this by shifting our thoughts and frequency and energy. And the quicker we shift, the quicker it can come. So if we start to change our relationship with money and start to change our thought pattern about it and start to change this release of control, we can start to enter into that next level of abundance that is already there. Like the video game, it's already pre-programmed. It's like you've just went, woo, I pick this bag up, I've got this bag of money. Yes, that could really happen. So this isn't just, Rachel's flighty way of thinking. This is actual quantum physics. It's science. It is fact. But we just can't get our mental capacity around it sometimes, and it takes us a bit slower. So we have to think of processes and things that we can do to make this happen for us. And the first thing to do is start to be aware and start to think about how you are speaking about money, how you are speaking about that relationship. Because once you start to have more and more, that tension goes off your shoulders, that stress goes off. Suddenly you're not thinking about money all day long. So you have something else to think about. You have good things to bring into your energy. You have different things that start to lift your vibration. And as you feel that getting bigger and bigger, you're just rising up and all that energy is shifting off you and lifting off. So imagine that feeling when you don't have that burden, when you don't have that heaviness. So it really is a start to think about your energy around money. Hi, Casey. Money helps get a lot of things done. It's just making a big deal out of how much one has is where the disagreement lies. Yeah, and Oswald, that's people's opinion. That's the difference. That's people's measure of success. And that's what we've got to start to change, because from you, for yourself, if you're thinking that's a thing, then it's not actually money. That is somebody else's opinion on status. So let's start breaking down, what are these thoughts telling you? So if somebody sees success as how much money you make, then that is down to them to be able to see it. It's not down to you to think that sums up your worth. And that's the difference. So we've got to start to think of, what is it that's really behind them thoughts? Because we blame money for a lot of things. Money is the blamer for relationships going wrong. Money is often the blamer for society problems and issues. Whereas really, it's a lot of bad people making a lot of bad decisions. When it's happening in relationships, there's often a boundary and a line that's being crossed. and it will blame the money because it's easier to blame the money than blame the other person and have that conversation that it's about the other person. So if we put the money in the middle, then it's okay. We don't have to confront the real reason of what's going on. Same with what's happening in the world with really horrible people. You know, they're horrible people anyway. There'd be horrible people if they were broke. There'd be horrible people if they were rich. So let's take money out of the equation and look at the decision that they're physically making. Now, it might be linked to money, but it's their choice to make that decision. So we've got to start to change and dissect what it is we're thinking and why it's starting to bring money into the equation, because money is the energy, it's the flow, it's like oxygen. We don't walk around and go, oh my God, how horrible is oxygen? These people with asthma, they cannot breathe properly. What is oxygen doing? Why is oxygen not giving them enough into their lungs? Because, you know, they've got asthma, they should be able to breathe properly. We're not doing that. It's just a resource, and it's the exact same thing with money. Money is a resource, it's an energy flow, it's something that gives us freedom, it's something that gives us choices. And the more we open up to this energy source, the more that comes and the more that lets flows. It's not gonna run out. It's not ever gonna go away. So we've got to start to change the way that we're talking about it, so that we're talking about it with love and we're talking about it from an abundant state. So it really is about that energy and the flow, and knowing that it's there to support you as a really healed masculine structure, rather than it being something that's negative and wounded and makes us feel like we're not worthy. So I hope that one helps that work that through for you as well, Oswald, because that's a good way. Lots of people think things like that as well. Let me see if there's any more comments. None at the minute. So I hope that just gets you started on thinking about this stuff. We've been touching on this in Awaken the Abundant You, and that course is incredible. We had a call last night. Hi, Angie. We had a call last night in that program, and it just blew my mind. The things that have been happening, the boundaries people are setting, the success people are having. It's just absolutely incredible. And what I've launched lately is the 6-week Soul Aligned Business Bootcamp. Now, when I was talking about energy and that life that you want and that version of you that has that success and is already there waiting for you, it literally is already pre-programmed into the consciousness. Our most successful version, that one you can imagine, that one that lights you up, it's already there. It's already waiting for you. And what starts to happen is we need to shift our energy and our beliefs and our thoughts into the energy of that version of us and start living that now. Start living that today, so that everything rises up. And what happens is your outside world changes. Your outside world becomes that reality. That is who you become, because everything steps into that vibrational frequency. If you think of it like a radio channel, so all the radio, the sound waves, they're all whizzing about, they're all there. It's not that they're not there when the radio's off. They're currently all there, just like your dream life is, just like your dream business is. It is all there waiting for you. And what we need to do is tune our frequency, because at the minute you might be down here on channel 1, whereas you really want to be on channel 3, and you think you've got to go 2, 3, 4 to get there. But actually, if you had a DAB radio, you could just jump there straight away. So what we've got to do is tune our DAB radios to go boop into 4. We're in that energy, we're in that frequency, we are now living that life. And it can be that quick. It really can be as quick as we make it. But because we're humans and we love a process, sometimes we feel like we've got to go to 2 and 3 and 4, but we don't. We can jump right to 4. And this is what this 6-week boot camp is all about. It's about taking you from the frequency that you are in and understanding what frequency do you want your business to be at? What level do you want your business to be at? What really connects with your soul? What really connects with those desires that you have? Not the business that you think you should have, not the one that you've been told we've got to go for. So, you know, your next stage has to be your 10K a month, or your next stage has to be your 15K a month, whatever that is for you, whatever you think you should have. But really, there's a bit more in you that goes, God, there's more I could give you. Like, I know this big life is here. I know this big life is out there for me. I'm waiting for it. It's ready. I just don't know when it's happening. It's in the future. And you put that resistance between you and the business, or you and that life. So what this course will do is shift you into what is that looking like, and how do we get there? How do we get the clients that are there? How do we get the people that are there? How do we market and move into this energy and feel let go of all the imposter syndrome that are there? Because the thing is, when we step into our higher self, you don't feel the beliefs that you feel now. The beliefs and the imposter syndrome and all of that are down here. When we shift, you don't physically feel them, because your mental state, your thoughts, your beliefs and everything are higher energy frequency. So they're not thinking the same as what you are down here. So you have new opportunities, new horizons, new things coming in. So this is what this energy of this boot camp is going to be doing. So how it's going to work, it's going to be 6 weeks of live teachings with healings to go with it. So we're going to be rising through this subconscious as well. And in this process, you are going to be, if you join this cohort, you're going to be part of the alumni. So you'll get any upgrades to the course. You'll get into the Facebook for life. So this is going to keep growing and growing. I want other change makers in there. I want other people with impact. I want to get money into the hands of good people in this world. We need more good people making money, being happy, spreading all this joy, spreading all this happiness. This is what we need to create. So this is what this Soul Aligned Business Bootcamp is about. So if you are ready and you want to take things from here, and you've been waiting and following all the strategies and trying all the methods and thinking, what is it? Why is it taking so long? What's happening? It's because you haven't tapped into your energy. And it's not my energy I'm going to be teaching you. It's your energy. It's your secret sauce that you already have. I'm just going to be helping you unleash that and bring that to the surface so that you can step into it. So if you're interested in that, then come and join the Business Bootcamp. I cannot wait to see you in there. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And it's not just 6 weeks, it's just 6 weeks of initial material. So, you know, it's 6 weeks of this high intensive training, but then you'll be in the next, you know, the next cohort will be opening up and opening up. So it's not just 6 weeks you're getting either. So when you're in this alumni, you're in it, and you can keep learning and keep growing and keep building off whoever joins as well. All those amazing people, the connections, it's going to be incredible. So I would love to see you in there. But I know some of you don't have businesses yet, or it's not something that actually lights you up. You know, maybe a business isn't what you want. Maybe you just want to take your life to that next level. So I'm not leaving you out neither. Obviously, there's Manifest Your Magnificent Life course, and for whilst I've got the Business Bootcamp open, I am offering you 50% off that course if you pay in full. So if you've been wanting to move to that next level and you just didn't know how, and you've been thinking about joining that course, but you thought, I just don't know, I need a sign, this is your sign. You'll get 50% off if you join Manifest Your Magnificent Life during this bootcamp being open. I understand not everybody has a business in this group, and sometimes you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to miss out, but I don't have a business and I'm not in that space. You won't. That program's available, so at the pay at full price, you can get 50% off that course, and the code for that is higher self, all in capitals, because that is exactly what I want to do. I absolutely love developing people. I come from a leadership coach background. This is what I do. Like, I want to coach leaders, but I want to coach leaders on my terms now. I want to coach the big change makers. So all them people who have big lives to live, I hope you're in this group and you're rising with me, because we are literally doing this. It is going to be huge 2022, and I hope you're up for it. So I'm just going to check in on the comments. Thank you, Christina. So Christina's posted the comments in the Facebook group, but in Instagram, the links to the bootcamp and the links to Manifest Your Magnificent Life are all in the bio, or they should be. If not, I'll go in and check them soon. For the code for Manifest Your Magnificent Life, it is higher self, all one word, all in capitals. So let me just see, has anybody got any questions on tonight? Because I've covered a lot. There's been a lot of information, and it's all about, you know, changing our awareness to things, changing our energy that we pour into things, and thinking about, you know, what energy are we giving it? Are we questioning these negative thoughts, these negative emotions? Because we were chatting last night in Awaken, our emotions and the negative ones, they're not to be dampened down. They're not to be squashed. They're to be acknowledged. They're to be thought of and thought, you know, what is this telling me? What's coming up for me here? So please don't think if you're having any negative thoughts that you're doing anything wrong or you're not going to manifest this amazing life, because you can. But you've got to start bringing awareness to it and start to think of, right, how do I look at this differently? I am open to seeing things differently. How do I do that? And start with that money relationship. Start with thinking, do I actually like money? And is it something that I've been resisting because I've been treating it like this dirty little secret that I shouldn't have, which is what a lot of us do. So please have a think of that. And if you can, release the control. So this is key for today. Release that control. Point your north at where you want to go, and let that inspired action come. Let people come and help you. Let yourself see a different perspective. Let yourself step into that energy, or get the guidance that you might need to change things. If we do the same thing over and over again, we're going to get the same results. So just think about that. Are you constantly doing the same thing over and over again and wanting a different result? Because that's the sign of madness, apparently. So let me just check the comments. So what's coming up is how to define success. So Oswald, that is a really good question, and how you define success is something we're going to be working through in Awaken the Abundant You, and also it's something we're going to be working through in the boot camp. But as well, what you've got to think of is how you define success. So you've got to go inside and go, what is your definition of success? Or is that a question for me? Do you want me to think of how I define success? So let me just give you an insight into how I do. So when I first started my business, there was a list of things that I wanted to do. I wanted to publish a book. I wanted to reach people all over the world. I wanted to spread really, really positive, inspiring vibes. And I wanted to teach people a different way of looking at life. Now, I have done all of that. I've literally done all of that. And there's been times where I've looked at the finances in the past, at money in my business, and I've thought, you know, I'm not making those, I'm not a millionaire, you know, I'm not bringing in like 100k months and all of that. So does that mean that I'm successful? And at times I've thought, no, you know, I am not successful, because I had a vision of the money I would be creating, which is like millionaire money, which is where I'm going. Like, that is in there. That's pre-programmed in my consciousness. That's happening. But because I wasn't there yet, what we sometimes do is go, well, you're not doing that, so you can't be doing things right. But actually what I did was start to reprogram myself for success. Everything I wanted to achieve when I started my business, I have actually achieved. Now it's about growth. Now it's about expanding my reach. And that's when I started looking at the abundance and doing my own money mindset. Because by me opening up to more abundance, opening up to more followers, opening up to more ways of getting my work out there, that comes from a level of rising into that abundance as well. So it's not a case of, you know, you've got to think, there'll be some times when you think of yourself as unsuccessful. But you can do that, or you can look at all the things that you've already achieved. You know, people look at me sometimes and they go, wow, you've done that, you've done that, you've done that. And I've been sat there and I've been like, oh, I hadn't even really thought of that as achievement, because I've been in the doing phase. So what you want to make sure you don't do is just get into the doing, achieving, and not celebrating your success. So really, at the back end of last year, I made a point to start to celebrate success. Authentic, the book, was a massive, massive achievement. And that was the biggest thing that shifted me in the fact that you are really creating big things here. And I know there's so many in this group that are doing the exact same. So please have a look at what you are measuring your success on. If you're only measuring it on the pounds in your pocket, then you might be missing out all of the other things that you're actually doing. So you've got to start to weigh up, what is it you're measuring? Because the pounds don't measure your worth. If you're thinking that money is linked to self-worth, so you've got to have so much money to be able to be worthy, then you're not going to get the money because you don't feel worthy now. So we've got to start getting rid of this worthiness linked to money. And this is just one of them negative habits that we've got into. So it's really about thinking, what do we link to success? Because money doesn't link itself to success. We've done that through our thinking pattern. So I hope that answers your question. Let me know in the comments if it has, and I will go back and read them all. Casey's saying, I can't control my family's negative about money, but it's not my problem. I can't change them. Yeah, and it's not your role to change them neither, Casey. So everybody has their own journey. And the thing is, what we've got to do is become our best self. We can't change anybody else's thoughts. I do what I do here, but I can't physically go, Casey, you need to believe what I'm saying. Oswald, you need to believe what I'm saying. What I can do is share it in a positive way, or a logical way, or a way that's going to connect with you, and you'll hear it. But you'll only hear it when you're ready to hear it, just like them radio frequencies. If I'm talking here and you're here, you won't hear it the same. So sometimes I've got to explain things in a different way. And that's just how it is with family and friends. You know, we've got to start to, we don't have to explain what we're doing. We don't have to justify what we're doing. We just need to be us and let them be them. And then what they'll do is start to see the results. People, especially humans, they like to see it before they believe it. Now, we know in manifesting, it's got to be the other way around. You've got to believe it before you see it. So by them seeing you doing it, they're going to be able to up their own game. So hopefully that makes sense. And then you can start to see how your energy uplifts and your vibration uplifts. And they can't help but be attracted to that. They can't help but be, wow, this is working for you. Wow, what's happening here? They'll want to know more then, but you don't have to tell them more now. So just try and keep that in mind, Casey, and I hope that helps. Now, I'm going to have to jump off. Tonight's been a really good session, and thank you so much for all your questions. And please remember that the boot camp is open. It is open till next Thursday. But if you join now, I'm giving out special prizes in the Facebook group. I'm getting you all primed and ready. I'm going to be doing special lives in there. So it's worth getting in early so that you can see the preliminary good stuff which is happening. So make sure you grab your place, and I will catch you in there. But also, I know you don't all have a business, so if you are looking for something to up level and you want to move forward and you want to get your manifesting game on, then get Manifest Your Magnificent Life. And if you pay in full, you get that coupon code, which is Higher Self, all capital letters, and you get 50% off. So an amazing opportunity, and that's open while this boot camp's open. So please, 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 that will shut next Thursday as well. So grab your place in there, and I will catch you in all this amazing stuff that's happening, because 2022 is feeling pretty damn good, and I hope you're feeling the same. So I will catch you soon. Love you all loads. Night.